Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vaginas. Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure. And double upload. Exposed. 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 Exposed.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scarce here. So from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody tonight? Thought I would try something a little different this evening. Welcome to episode 1 of the ExposedCast, or Exposed episode 1. I'm still working on the name. It's going to involve Exposed somehow. Where I don't just sit here. Well, I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything too, but we're actually going to talk about some things. Whether it be gaming, whether it be current events. It's all going to be right here, right now. And I'm drinking diet tonic water this evening. I was going to start this actually earlier, but I had to take a massive dump. Like literally right when I was about to start streaming, I was like, oh man, seriously, and I didn't have to crap all day. And as soon as I'm about to sit down and start streaming, I had to go take a dump. But you know what? While I took that dump, I thought of the name of this show, and it's going to be called Exposed. I am the Exposed Pioneer. I know there are many channels that use my song. But I am the Exposed Founder. You are exposed, sir. We'll give it a couple more minutes, get it started here. Like I said, the drink of choice tonight is diet tonic water. Yes, it may taste like dishwasher soap sweetened, but I actually like it. Is the song still playing? Oh, it is still playing. It's playing in the background. Oops. I'll learn the controls a little bit. Man, let me tell you, and it was like the whole damn day. I was out and about the whole day, running errands, doing all this other shit. No pun intended. And then I'm like, I'm right about when I'm about to start. I know I had to wait to shit so late is because I only had a cup of coffee. I only had one cup of coffee today. Shout out to Boles for sending out this chair too. Again, there is a link to the chair in the description. It is not an affiliate link. I am not sponsored by them. They just sent me a really nice chair to put my ass cheeks into. So I'm enjoying it very much. My cheeks feel much better. So I got some interesting topics I want to go over tonight. The first one we're going to talk about, I went over a little bit last night, is Alienware. Thank you, Rotface. Super chats after the show I will answer, just because I know this is new and people are not going to be sure how this runs, because this is also going to end up being a podcast eventually. Call of Duty Mobile Switch Thoughts. It should happen. So now, starting from here on out, super chats after the topics will be answered, and I'll answer them as long as you want to. I'll answer questions also in the regular chat too. It doesn't have to be a super chat. So Big Cucumber Daddy is here for you. So Alienware at CES had something very interesting. As a matter of fact, let me get it up on the screen. Hold on one second. Add this in. So I'm going to add a display capture. Just be display capture. Alienware. And of course, it goes off the screen. Sorry. Announced the Alienware UFO, which essentially is a PC version of the Switch. Now, I'll put myself up in front. Don't worry, I'll be able to see my beautiful, gorgeous face in front. And it's essentially what it is. They're letting you take PC gaming on the go in a Switch style. And from what most people said, it was fairly impressive. I'm actually excited for it. I'm not excited necessarily for the current tech that it has. Hold on one second here. Just want to get you guys back on the screen. There we go. Not necessarily excited for the iGPU they were using from Intel, but it looks really damn good. And if they have even like an AMD APU in there, or if they put like an NVIDIA MX150, some really low-level APU in there, I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for it. But they went a little far in their marketing for it. So it started out with a tweet on Twitter, on Alienware. It's their official Twitter account, so it's not like it's a troll doing it. The Nintendo Switch is cool, but the price and limited number of games on it isn't. There's like thousands of games on the Switch, but okay. Which is why we fell in love with the Alienware concept UFO the moment we saw it at CES. Now, let's start. I'll read the full thing that comes from trusted reviews, which I'm not saying they shouldn't be trusted, but when you have to say you're trusted, like I am a trusted streamer, trust me. Like if I have to tell you to trust me, you probably shouldn't trust me. I'm not saying that, though. It just, hey, it's a catchy name. So let's go. So here, they're doing all the best in show. Alienware Concept UFO, a Switch-style handheld PC for gamers. Now, keep in mind, again, I'm not shitting on this thing. I actually think it's a cool idea. Okay? The Nintendo Switch is cool, but the price, $199 or $299? What do they think this thing is going to be? But anyway, and limited number of games on it isn't, which is why we fell in love with the Alienware concept UFO the moment we saw it at the CES. The UFO is a concept gaming PC with a Switch form factor. Specifically, it's a gaming PC with attachable Joy-Con-like controllers that attach to the main tablet section. My question is, I want this thing to come out. Don't get it twisted. I want this thing to come out and I want to buy it, but it's so similar to the Switch. How are they... Legality. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Maybe there is something I'm missing. I mean, I'm sure Dell has some pretty good lawyers working for them, so what do I know? I'm just a fat guy streaming to you right now. Though the design isn't terribly original, it's still one of the coolest things we've seen in a long time. This is because by using customized Windows software, it can play pretty much any PC game, but how well is the question. This means you'll have access to a much bigger library of games than the Switch. I get what they're saying. They're going with the technicality here. I understand, but they're wrong in a lot of ways too. I'll talk about that in a second. If that wasn't enough to entice you, the hardware on show is also significantly more powerful than that of the Switch, meaning you'd be able to play them at higher resolutions to boot. Now, okay, I get what they're saying about the games library. Look, if it's a PC, you have access to not only do you have access to games from the beginning of time that could some way be played on there with DOSBox or whatever other software, whatever the case may be. There's so many. You have access to emulators. You have access to different interfaces like Steam or digital distribution services like Steam or launchers, whatever the hell you want to call them. But the thing about, first off, price. Let's talk about price before we get into the games. There's no way in hell, unless this thing is absolutely anemic garbage. Like, I'm excited for this, but if it's running an integrated GPU, like the prototype is. They said the specs aren't finalized. That's why I didn't talk about them on my video, and I didn't find out till after after I made the video, it was running an Intel integrated graphics, which I didn't think it was a big deal, and I didn't think I had to like take down the video or do anything because they said the specs aren't finalized anyway. But if it has just integrated graphics on an Intel processor in there, the thing is going to be a turd. It's going to be a turd. Even when before AMD launched Ryzen and started wiping the floor with Intel, AMD's APUs, the graphics side of things, which APU is where you have the CPU cores and you have the graphics on one chip. And that's why they call it accelerated processing unit, because you have both on there. It was always much better. But pricing, I mean, unless this thing is going to be absolutely terrible, it's going to be at least $500. At least $500. There's no way, I mean, and that's even kind of pushing it on the low side. I'm thinking this thing's going to be $600, $650, maybe even $700. And if it has lower specs in there, it's going to be useless. Secondly, too, there's thousands of games for the Switch. I understand that what they're saying, it's a computer. It could play virtually anything you want because you could either emulate it or run it on there. But there's something to be said about having a console where the games just work, especially on the Switch. The Switch is the most console-like console that we have even right now compared to the PS4 and Xbox One consoles. It's, there's updates and stuff like that, but it's you put in a game, you get a quick update, boom, you're playing. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be close to $1,000 too. So where does that pricing come in? With a high price, this is obviously going to be more expensive. It better be more expensive or it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And even if it's only $500, which makes me concerned because it means it's not going to have anemic specs in it, it's still $200 more before tax, obviously, but then you're going to have to pay tax on this too. It's $200 more, maybe even add a couple bucks and more than that, than the Switch. And it's $300 more if it's $500 than the Switch Lite, which offers you the same library as a Switch, minus a couple games where you absolutely need to have like the Joy-Cons or whatever the case may be. The games, I get what they're saying. Again, I'll get more into that now. The games, all right, you could play whatever the hell you want to on PC, but there's something to be said for console optimization. And the Switch has a huge goddamn library of games. The Switch has a huge library of games. I could see if the Switch just came out and they were making this, and it was still May of 2017. Again, the Switch has a limited library. More of an argument made. And that's another thing, too. The battery life may suck. GT Freak, I see you. I'm still paying attention to the chat on and off. It was just a very ignorant, dumb statement to make when we don't know what the specs are going to be. We don't know what the price is going to be. And it just makes 0 sense. Now, I'm excited for this thing. Even if it's $900, I'm probably going to buy it, to keep it real with you. And we can watch porn. No, you could be, I'm sure there's going to be. Well, if you I know some people who launch Android on the Switch, and you can watch some porn on there if that way. Hey, the Tegra X1 was initially meant to be for Android TV. You can watch plenty of porn with that. So, porn is still on the table with the Switch, but obviously this is PC. You just open up Windows and go to Pornhub, and you're on your way to fapping. So I get what you're saying, but very silly statement. It'll be interesting to see what specs it comes out with, because I may not even buy if it has an integrated GPU from Intel in there. Because even though Intel has made strides with their on-chip graphics or their integrated graphics, they're still far behind what AMD is doing. And I would rather see maybe a dedicated GPU from NVIDIA, even like I said, it's an MX150. You're not going to be playing these. You're not going to be playing these games at ultra settings at 1080p, even on that screen. Who cares if you are anyway? The screen's so goddamn small. Just give me like some power conservative or power efficient at like something like an MX150, and it'll still give me enough GPU horsepower to run AAA games even at low settings, and I'll be happy. So that is the Alienware. It was just a dumb statement to make. So who wants a candle to smell like a woman's vagina? I sure as shit don't. And I'll tell you right now, this candle... Now, Goop is an interesting company. I don't even know... It sells just novel products that make zero sense. But anyway, so this is sold out, by the way. Goop is a company run by actress Gwyneth Paltrow, and they sell health and wellness improvement products and all these kind of gimmicky shit. They actually got in trouble for something, which I'm going to show you the article in a second. But this candle supposedly smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. And it's sold out. You can't even get it. It's sold out. And guess how much? Well, you don't have to guess. Here's how much. It's $75. $75 for a candle that supposedly smells like a movie star's vagina. With a funny, gorgeous, sexy, and beautifully unexpected scent, this candle is made from geranium, citrusy bergamot, never heard of that before, and cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damask rose and ambrette seed to put us in mind of fantasy, seduction, and sophisticated warmth. Whoever is writing for the Goop shop page, man, I got to give him a lot of credit. I almost still want to buy the one. I'll never light it up. $75 for a candle. Now, I'll give you my hot take on it in a minute, but here, this is from Bazaar.com. Gwyneth Paltrow has made a strong business out of her vagina. She, through her wellness platform Goop, introduced us to the concept of vaginal steaming, jade vaginal eggs, and of course, the elusive sex dust moon juice. Why do people buy this shit? Why do they buy this? And they're stupid. I don't know. I guess you get to a point where you have enough celebrity where I could just shove this Genesis controller up my ass and sell it for $1,000, but I ain't there yet. According to Paltrow, this smells like my vagina candle is a funny, gorgeous, sexy, and beautifully unexpected scent. I already read all that. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. If you do manage to buy one, though, through the wait list, it'll cost $75. I showed that to you, $75. We'll get into what any vagina smells like in a second. Now, I remember this from a while ago. I think I heard it on the Stern Show. The Goop got in trouble for some stupid shit because they claim things. Look, man, I'm not against alternative medicines or anything like that, but I'm an in-between guy. I'm like, look, I'm sure there's some alternative medicines that are literally life-saving, but I'm also a fan of conventional medications because there's some times where alternative medicines are just fucking kabuki theater, okay? So anyway, let us not forget that Paltrow's vagina products have landed the businesswoman in hot water before. In September 2019, Goop paid a $145,000 settlement in lawsuit over vaginal eggs. The website had made unproven claims that the jade egg and rose quartz egg could balance hormones, regulate menstrual cycles, prevent uterine prolapse, and increase bladder control. That's good. If you have no medical history and you're telling people to shove something in their vagina. Said the Orange County District Attorney's Office in California. Not so, said the California Food, Drug, and Medical Device Task Force, who argued that Goop's assertion wasn't based on scientific evidence. No shit! Shocker. And look, again, I'm not against alternative medicines, but like, if something's wrong with your vagina, go see a doctor. Go, don't be shoving eggs from Gwyneth Paltrow in your vagina. But now we got to talk about, and then it'll be super chat time. I am coming out with a taint scented candle, and you're kind of leading witness into what I'm talking about. I see there's other super chats there. We'll get to those in a minute. Let me take a sip here. Now, here is the thing about genitals on whatever gender. You wear clothes on them. They're in a dark, cavernous place. And I don't care how incredible your hygiene is. By the end of the day, whether you're Gwyneth Paltrow or you're me or your intro guy or you're Gabe Newell, I don't care if you shower twice a day. You shower in the morning, by the time you get out of work at 5, your stuff starts to smell funky. So what did she say this smells like my vagina smells like again? Geranium, citrusy bergamot, and cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damask rose and amberette seed. Okay, whatever. Gwyneth, let me ask you a question. As you could hear, I'm well educated. You could tell from my burp. When does your vagina smell like this? Is it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you're done going to the offices at Goop and you've been walking around the whole day? Maybe you went for a jog. I don't think so. I think your vagina smells like every other smelly vagina out there. And there's no shot at Gwyneth Paltrow. Crotches stink. They smell bad. Anyone's crotch area can smell like whatever they want to when they first get out of the shower. Mine smells like whatever my Old Spice body wash is. Mine smells like I could walk it. Like how did this even come up? Did she go into a room and just go, wow, man, all these those flowery, beautiful smells smell just like my vagina. With that mindset, because your genitals could smell like anything when you get right out of the shower, I could shower, put ragu sauce on my penis, and then put a piece of pepperoni on top of it. And then I could go into an office where someone's eating pepperoni pizza and be like, holy shit, that smells just like my penis. And this is sold out. And I could tell you why it's sold out. It's not as nefarious as you may think. Obviously, I'm sure there's the thirst there. But I guarantee you it's a lot of people buying it because they want to make content on it. I bet you there's live streamers and YouTubers buying this right now. I do also want a Robert De Niro's ass crack candle, but it probably smells like every other ass crack out there. You know that it's content creators buying this, and the 10% is probably just perverts. You know there are thirsty, let's just call them incels because that's what they are, who are probably buying this candle and going home and fapping. There's people who want to buy it because it's great marketing on her part. Think about it. It's brilliant. I'm going to name a candle that smells like my vagina, and everyone's going to freak out, and there's going to be fat YouTubers like Rich making videos on it. And then you're going to have the other dudes that are like, oh, I wonder. There's guys out there who are probably like older than me who actually haven't been in a vagina, who probably like, is this what a vagina's like? I'm telling you, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I'm telling you, and they're getting this and thinking, this is what her vagina smells like. I am going to fap to this candle. I am going to fap right now to this candle. And that's who's buying this. For $75. It's brilliant marketing. It's brilliant marketing. Do you know the markup on those candles probably cost her $2 to make. $2 to make those candles, and she's flipping them for $75. And there's also idiots out there who are buying like her wellness products when they're not in any way. There's no medical testing behind them. Look, man, crotches smell like crotches. I don't care whose crotch is. I don't care if it's Gwyneth Paltrow's crotch. I don't care if it's my crotch. I don't care whose crotch it is. You go do a lot of stuff during the day. You go do a lot of things. Your crotch is reeking. Your crotch is absolutely reeking. But here we are. Let's look what else they have at the shop right now. Let's see. Let's go shop. Let's shop here. Let's books, men, wellness. Look at vitamins. Oh no. It's like now Alex Jones, I'm not a fan of him. I kind of think he's a douche. But if Alex Jones did any of this, everyone would be freaking out. But because it's Gwyneth Paltrow, she could sell this shit that's not FDA approved. Anyway, let's see what we got here. We got G-Tox Detoxifying Super Powder. This daily shot of detoxifying nutrients and botanical extracts benefits both skin and body. What's in it? And some of the shit that's actually sold like in a grocery store, like Intro Guy was showing me, he had a Metamucil or something like that. And it says could contain trace amounts of lead. In Metamucil, like a Metamucil knockoff that he got at the grocery store. And she's selling you what's in this detox? We got Goop Beauty. Drink your way to glowing skin with a power shot of antioxidants. And look at the prices. $60. She's doing the same thing that Alex Jones is doing. And I hate Alex Jones. It's not me like, why can't Alex Jones do this? I'm not defending him, but it's amazing how when you're looked at differently in society, you can get away with some shit like this. You could get away with it. If Alex Jones, if he was selling G-Tox detoxifying super powder, there would be everyone all over it. Don't buy it. It's a scam. It's this. She's doing it. And she even gets in trouble for selling some shit. And no one's saying a fucking word. We got Goop Glow Morning Skin Super Powder 5-stick pack. Does it show what's in the... Let's click on this. Does it show the ingredients? Show me what's in it. Let's see. Other ingredients. Oh, I don't even... Oh, boy. What the hell is malto allegro? And it's the first thing. Now, I'm not a chemist, but you're telling me Goop Glow Morning Skin Super Powder. Do those names seem natural to you? And how much are they selling this shit for? Where the fuck did it go? Oh, $12. All right, not bad. Let's look at Goop Glow Morning. Oh, that's just a pack. Let's go look at the G-Tox Detoxifying Super Powder. What's in it, Gwyneth? All right, so this is what's in it. We got vitamin C from milk thistle. Like, is this shit really doing it? We got Goop Wellness, mint chocolate meat melatonin. Now, you could go to a store and buy melatonin that I know works. I use melatonin for like, I don't know, $13. But at Goop, it's $55. Oh, Jesus. Come on, let's turn around. What else is in here? Yeah, these statements haven't been evaluated. $55 for melatonin. You got to be fucking kidding me. I can't get over any of this. It's like the A-list Hollywood equivalent of like a Soulja Boy console. You actually are right. We have oh my God, she's doing the vitamin pack. This is literally like she's like, okay, I have a much better rep than Alex Jones, and he's making a killing from his conspiracy theory freaks. I could just copy him, sell the same thing you could get at Rite Aid, and mark up the prices 10 times more than there. Cha-ching! And that's exactly, like, let's see. Why am I so effing tired? I don't know. Formulated with a variety of vitamins with a high dose of B's, additional nutrients, and herbs, including some source from ancient. I love when they say it's sourced from an ancient place. Everything's sourced from every single plant has come from generations upon generations ago. I love that shit. What is in it? Oh, Jesus. I mean, I'm looking at the vitamin supplement. It's the same shit that you get in like a multivitamin from ShopRite. And people are buying this shit. I want to do this. I want to do this. Let's keep going though. I didn't realize that this is like content gold. We got cordyceps mushroom elixir mix. Again, you could go to other health food places and it's still higher prices, but it's not as bad. Superfood protein packs. Let's hot kakao mix. They're even selling like Tums? A clean swap. How are they selling this to me? These chewable tablets are used to combat heartburn and indigestion. They contain some. She's selling her own brand of Tums? Wait, they contain talc? Oh, free of talc. Okay, that's good. We got what is Sun Potion? Oh my God. The prices. Glow Advanced Inner Beauty Powder. What is this? Beauty that begins in the gut. Glow Advanced contains 24 carefully selected skin-loving ingredients, vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, next level bio-fermented superfoods like makai berry and how much is it? What's $70? Again, for basically a vitamin supplement. I missed the boat, man. I missed the boat. But the thing is, she has this celebrity where she could sell this shit. What bothers me too is, again, I don't like Alex Jones. I think he's a dipshit. But look at the double standard. She's doing the same thing he's doing. Yes, this is all on Goop.com. So she's either, it's part of her product line or she's endorsing it. But this is the same thing that Alex Jones did. What is the essential bathroom footrest? And it's sold out. This is the thing that you put your feet up because it makes like your asshole go in a certain direction. Yes, this is it. And she's selling it for $220. An understated bent wood antidote to the inefficient washroom designs currently plaguing the planet. Western toilets often don't mimic everyone's ergonomic needs. Enter this stool. A slim profile that can stow away under the sink or in a corner while not in use. Simply put, it's the right way to go. It's a piece of wood. You could get like a little stool and it's sold out. I missed the boat. It's $220 for a piece of wood so you could shit easier. But again, you see how there's double standards. If one person does something, it's not okay. If another celebrity does something, it's perfectly fine. If Alex Jones sold all this stuff, it would be under so much scrutiny. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. But if Gwyneth Paltrow wants to sell a candle that smells like her vagina, which that's not going to harm anybody unless whatever they're making the sense at is toxic, it's okay. Welcome to 2020. All right, that was a little test run of Exposed. I'm actually going to have more topics next time. I actually think this is going to work out pretty well. Yeah, it's Squatty Potty for the hell. Let's see how much a Squatty Potty is. Let's see how much a Squatty Potty is, actually. Squatty. Oh, it even comes up right away. Let's look here. Well, Bed Bath & Beyond sells their version for you could buy it for $25. $25. Or you could buy Gwyneth Paltrow's for $220. And it's something you put your feet on while you shit. While you shit. So let's look back at the super chats now. Thank you, Andro Lilith, for becoming a member. That is awesome. The more members, the better. When you become a member, you also become a moderator, which, because I assume at that point, Ratface, I think you got rid of the super chat. That's okay, though. Understandable. Daily Hood Memories. Call of Duty mobile on Switch. Thoughts? I think it should happen. Is there any rumors of it happening that I missed? If so, that would be awesome. Because I would love to, even if they brought like Call of Duty Mobile over to the Switch, it would be fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because that game's actually pretty good. Just give actual controls in it, and I'm sold. The Tegra X1 can handle that game. General Weeb, you're not a mod? Sorry, I'll make you a mod right now, dude. Add mod. There you go. Juicy Botch, thank you for the super chat. Elite Gaming HQ, thank you for the super chat. TrevCon3, we need to watch this porn. Switch can't watch porn. Yes, you can. Like I said, if you want to put in sideload Android on there, you can. Seeb1991 SEB or 1991 SEB, thank you for becoming a member. That is awesome. Hi, Rich, thanks for recommending me the Ryzen 5. I got a Ryzen 7 because I had the extra cash. No regrets. So glad I upgraded. Hell yeah, man. Ryzen, even if you have a first gen like Ryzen 7 1700, you're still good to go. So thank you, Tech Man. 12th man, Fishy McFish Bites. Thank you, Rich. We want your taint in a candle form. Give it to us. But it's just so funny. Like, I don't know. I guess she knows her audience because it's sold out. And I guess she knows that she can't tell me that she didn't think, oh, wow, I bet you some perverts are going to buy it. Like, come on, man. Like, you know that there's dudes out there that are, like, really hoping her vagina smells like that candle. Decimator Omega, Rich, been a fan of your content since 2012. Keep up the good work. Thank you for watching since 2012. That's 7 years. That's 8 years ago now. That's fucking amazing. Evocative Productions, it could be competitive. Say they ditched the Intel iGPU and replaced it with the AMD 3400G, which would be a very smart replacement. But it's going to take a lot of juice, though, man. If you're talking about the Alienware UFO, and I don't think they could fit that in that small form factor and cooler property. It would have to be one of the new mobile chips that AMD came out with, preferably one of those 6-core ones. Say everything but the APU is 300. Toss in an APU. We're talking 400 might even be loss leader. I just think that AMD APU, like even the new stuff they came out with, would be a much smarter move. But you can't put a 3400G in there. There's not enough space to cool that. It's still a desktop processor, and you would need to move a lot of air. And if they want to truly make it a Switch competitor, it ain't gonna happen with a 3400G in there. That's for sure. The bathwater may be next. Goop is like a non-high-tech version of Apple Inc. Yeah, I could see that. Let's stay professional. Hey, Rich, finally ordered a Satisfy gaming grip. Dude, they're so goddamn comfortable. I don't know any other way to word it, man. They are so incredibly comfortable. Yeah, they're talking. I just don't understand how, if they don't know the price yet with a prototype, that Trusted Reviews is actually going after the price. So you could buy a Switch Lite, which plays all the games minus like one or two exceptions that the Switch plays, for $199. So you could take The Witcher, the full experience with all the DLC, and play it on the Switch Lite. Am I missing something? What about you? Don't want candles that smell like my feet, I could tell you. So tell me what you thought of this. I'll have more topics for next time. I'll probably come here with like 5 different topics at each time I do this. And tell me what you thought. But man, like, but Alex Jones, like, who's approving these? Who's approving all these different vitamins she's selling? Who's approving all this stuff? I'm going to start yeast. She stole the idea. How do you know she stole the idea? Like, you know that, or you're just speculating that she did? Yeah. Well, I'm going to do it a lot. Ian Jones, I know. Yeah, Ian Jones, I know. I saw it's just like the high-tech version of Apple Inc. The Witcher looks better portable rather than docked. Yeah. Look, if you're going to play Witcher on like a 75-inch 4K TV, get another version. I agree. But the fact that you, like, saying that the Switch doesn't have games is just kind of silly. I'm going to go to full screen now so you guys aren't staring at a teeny tiny screen. There we go. There we go. So thank you, Samus. So that was interesting. I'm like, you know what? And what I'm going to do probably is I'm going to start filming back there. I'm going to put either this mic or another mic in front of me. And I'm going to film my show so it'll make everyone happy. I'll film a live stream like this, but it'll be recorded. I'll still record in 4K. And then I'll chop those up and make normal videos. And people will get the live stream. Then I could do it as a podcast, and everyone will be happy. No one loses out on the kind of content that they want. This shit is gross. This shit is gross. Why am I drinking tonic water? It'll be up on video on demand, man. I ain't going anywhere. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. Did you hear about, speaking of vagina yogurt, did you hear about people were putting, like women who had yeast infections were getting yogurt, crushing garlic in it to try to rid themselves of their own yeast infection? They thought it would be like an antibiotic, and they ended up like doing damage to their vaginas. Chris Martin dodged a bullet. I mean, I'm not saying she's a bad person. Like, I don't want to get it that twisted. She's not a bad person, but she's doing literally the same thing Alex Jones does. I mean, let's do a comparison. Let's go to Infowars.com. Let's just go. Let's go on a trip. Infowars.com. I put in InfoWards by like WARD. Seriously? Let's see. Where's their store at? I wonder how much traffic he still... Store. Here we go. Store. Health and it's the same... Health and wellness. Okay, preparedness. Like, all right. Health and wellness. View all. Let's go to view all. It's literally the same thing. All right, I'm going to go... Let me... shrink my screen again. Infowars.com. All right, let's see. Let's go to Emmerich's Essentials. Actually, Alex Jones, he's kind of got some better prices here so far. We got eucalyptus essential oils. He's a bargain compared to Gwyneth. What? All right, I don't really care about your stupid deodorants. Let me look at they got like vitamins, wellness. We got coffee, survival food, InfoWars Life. What is this? All right, here we go. Now we're getting into goop territory. We got the but see, you're getting multiple things here. You're getting multiple things. So he's giving you a bargain. So I'll give him that. We got a Cleanse and Boost Pack. Cleanse and Boost in 2020 by supercharging your body with this all-new combo now available at 50% off. What does it come with? It contains... Oh, Jesus, it has so much shit here. We've put 5 of our top-selling InfoWars Life products together in a combo pack that is sure to supercharge your body in 2020. This cleansing pack was put together with our fellow Info Warriors in mind to make sure that you lead your way into your new year for friends, family, and yourself. With 5 of our most popular formulas, you can overhaul your routine and start the new year right. All right, so let's see. So it contains lung cleanse. Like, how much is lung cleanse going for by itself? $30. What is in lung cleanse, though, Alex? Talk to me. All right, they show the back. We got lavage root, eucalyptus leaf, peppermint leaf, lungwort, lemon balm, orange peel, plantain leaf, chaparral leaf, eucalyptus root, labala leaf, menthol, and peppermint leaf oil. Other ingredients, glycerin and purified water. The InfoWars Life, like, what the fuck does that have to do with cleansing your lungs? Any of that. The InfoWars Life Lungs Cleanse is a result of ancient wisdom combined with herbal science, reinterpreted in the light of modern day. It's whatever. I'm not going, but it's the same shit. It's the same spiel that you're getting from Goop. Literally, I just proved it. It's the same fucking spiel. So, but he gets flack for this. Gwyneth Paltrow gets minimal flack for it. Like, come on. And it's like, he's actually a little bit cheaper, at least from what I've seen so far, price-wise. He's a little bit cheaper. Oh, wait, hold on. We got DNA Force here. Uh-oh. Wait. We're going back up to 150 here, kids. Hold on. Yeah, Goop is the left-wing InfoWars. DNA Force is finally, oh, thank God, it's finally here. Now you can support optimal energy levels while adapting your body to handle the daily bombardment of toxins it's exposed to. Overhaul your body's cellular engine with this fan-favored formula. What's in? Let's see. We got, come on. It's like low res. All right, here we go. We got astragalus root water extract, CoQ10, which you could buy at any fucking store anytime you want. R-alpha lipoic acid, organic reishi. I'm not even reading the rest of those fucking names. Lycopene, I know what lycopene is. Oh man, it's snake oil. It's fucking snake oil, and people buy the shit. But again, Alex Jones gets shit for selling this. She doesn't. And I know he's fish oil. I know his spiel on this too. I've heard him say it's like the most purified fish oil. Like, I've seen him actually sell this stuff before. By the way, I love how he has a picture of him when he was like 25. He does not look like that anymore. That's like me putting up a picture of when I was 19. He like has he sells his fish oil. He's like, look at this. Look how clear it is. Look at it. You could see through it. No impurities in here, ladies and gentlemen. InfoWars only sells the finest fish oil out there. You can fight the elites with this fish oil, shove it up your ass and shoot it at them. Infowars.com. $105 for fish oil. Again, let's go to, let me look here at fish oil, which probably has very little difference. What's you can go to GNC right now, they're selling fish oil for $11. He's $11. And people buy it. I need to have that level. I'm not a celebrity at all. I need to become a celebrity. I figured it out. I need to become a celebrity and just shill stupid. I mean, I'll make sure there's nothing in it that hurts anybody. But I want to sell a pill that's just has like grape juice in it, and just say it'll make your dick bigger. That's what I'm gonna do. All it is grape juice. No one's gonna get hurt. No one's gonna get hurt at all. And I'm just going to sell it for $50 a bottle, and I'm going to say after, 60 days, it'll make your dick bigger, and everyone will buy it and think their dick is going to get bigger, and nothing will happen to them. It's just grape juice in the pill, and it'll look like it's a dick because it'll be purple like your mushroom tip. They won't hit me. Dude, I ain't making money off of the actual revenue from the ad revenue from the streams anyway. These streams are user supported. It is follower supported. It's subscriptions. It's super chats. And it is what it is, man. My regular videos get demonetized too. But it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. And people buy it. Like he says, I sell the purest grade. And they found shit inside of him. Just like Gwyneth got in trouble too. They find like traces of I think it was lead in his stuff too. And something else, I'm not sure what else they found, but it was not good. It was not good and shouldn't have been in there. It is not something that you want to ingest. It's unreal. So you got the left doing it right now. You got Hollywood doing the same thing that Alex Jones is doing. Big rich oil, that's what I'll call it. And there'll be purple pills. It's only going to be grape juice in there. No one will get hurt by them unless they're allergic to grapes. Can you even be allergic to fucking grapes? I don't even know. And hey, man, it'll make your dick 12 inches. It'll make it 12 inches long. It'll make it 14 inches erect. The Alienware UFO, they're saying that the Nintendo Switch is cool. This left monitor I think my left monitor is dying. As a matter of fact, it's been dying since I got it. I should have had it exchanged. That's going to, the Nintendo Switch is cool, but the price and limited number of games on it isn't. Because the UFO is going to be cheaper than it. Even if it is the same, if the Alienware UFO is the same price as the Switch when it launches, it's dead on arrival. It's dead because that means it's going to be an anemic piece of crap. Look, man, as someone who's fairly progressive, I consider myself more left-leaning. I do agree with you, though. I'm also a person who's objective. Yeah, when the left does something like Goop, it's okay. Look, I don't like Alex Jones. I think he's a fucking nut, and I've said that for a while now. I've been off the Alex Jones train since about 2011. But when he does it, he's literally, I just proved, apples to apples, basically selling the same shit. It's not okay. No, I'm not ditching the Switch. No. Think about that. So I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna put banana paste in other pills and say it'll make your pecs get firmer. It's just, hey Rich, congrats on beating Castlevania. You're damn right, man. And people are still saying I didn't beat it because I beat it on an emulator. I said I was fully transparent. It said it wasn't on an emulator. I didn't use any save states. I didn't use any rewinds or anything like that. If I died, I died just like I would on an NES. Thank you I finally beat it after... Yeah, I never beat it. I had it since 1987. Hey, Rich, congrats on beating Castlevania. I watched the stream while sitting in NCIU with my daughter. Are there other games you haven't beaten? Ghosts and Goblins. I ain't going to try to fucking beat Ghosts and Goblins, though. I'm not going to try to beat Ghosts and Goblins. I can't even get past almost can't even get past the first stage on that. I think the furthest I ever got was the second stage. Wyatt coming through, the Donald Trump of Nintendo's. Sony is imploding. Absolutely pathetic. Believe me, trust me. Thank you, Wyatt, for the super chat. Thank you, Andrew, that felt so good to beat that, man. And look, it's okay. Like, I know ABO doesn't agree with me. ABO hiccups. Look, that's fine. He doesn't have to agree with me. But would you say that to someone who bought the Castlevania collection on Switch and played it the same way, didn't use any of the save states or suspend state features, and played it the way it was meant to be played in 87? Like, what does it matter what you play it on? But that's his opinion, and he's entitled to have that. That's fine. Put black salve on your junk to get a couple extra inches. Will it burn off first? Auntie, thank you for the super chat. We got another member here. Yeah, we got super chats and members coming in now. Thank you, Alice Brown, for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Christopher Matthews, $50 per pill. That's what I'll sell it for. See, I'm not famous enough, though, so no one will trust it. I try to sell a shirt, and then people come out with conspiracy theory videos about why I'm selling a shirt. I'm only like half kidding, too. Samus Aran, that's how I feel, too. I did not cheat. You could go watch the stream. I didn't cheat. If anything, like I said, there was a little bit of lag due to the emulator, so I actually kind of had the stacks were against me. That may have been why it was so tough to beat Dracula, because I couldn't get the timing 100% because I was fighting the lag in the controller. So if anything, it was slightly tougher than it would have been on a console. So there's that. If you didn't, so thank you, Samus. We demand a no-hit run stream of Ghosts and Goblins. Well, you need to go talk to someone who could walk on water, Wyatt, because that ain't me, and I don't know if anybody could do a no-hit run. Anybody could do it. Did I miss a super chat or something here? $50, Christopher Matthew, $50 per pill. It's what I'll sell it for. I got the game. Yeah, did you ever hear the story, Mr. Tubbs? I got Castlevania. It was funny. Kindergarten graduation. We went, because we graduated kindergarten. My friend Carl and I were like, hey, because you graduated kindergarten, you could get a Nintendo game. So he got Castlevania, and I got Donkey Kong Jr. Math. That game is notoriously shitty. It's not even a good education game. It's just a bad, horribly, poorly designed education game. So we tried Donkey Kong Math for 2 minutes because I was a kid. I was not even 6 yet, and I was thinking. Nathan will get to you in a second. I was thinking, all right, it's Donkey Kong. I know Donkey Kong from ColecoVision. It's gonna be fun, right? I'm only 6. or 5. I don't know any better. So we put it in. And we played for 2 seconds. It was shit. Then we put in Castlevania, and we played it the whole afternoon. So I go home disappointed with my crappy ass copy of Donkey Kong Jr. Math. And then like a couple hours later, again, it's 33 years ago. We're going back now, plus. And she comes up the apartment steps to our apartment. She's like, here, I got Richie Castlevania because I know he likes it. And then that's what made me fall in love with Castlevania. But I never beat it. It's funny, as a kid, fun little fact that I don't think I ever mentioned. I used to be petrified of level 2, where you had those smashers that came down. The things that crushed you. Like if one of your pixels hits those, you die instantly. And I used to be too afraid as a kid to do it. So I'd either have my mom do it for me, or my cousin Stephanie was like, oh, I could do it. She was the same age as me, and she would always friggin' die every time she did it. She used to piss me off. I'm like, you can't do it. Don't do it. I'm afraid to do it. I wanted someone else to do it. So it's funny. I always remember that when I get to that part in the second level where the crushers come smashing down. And I used to just freak me out because you could just die too easily, and I used to get scared. Rich, I see you using your VidView. Do you know how to use scenes in OBS? I don't. I got to learn that, man. I'm going to start learning all that stuff. I'm probably going to get the Streamlabs OBS because I am going to start probably taking donations and stuff through that because some people don't like using super chats, so I'm sure I'm probably limiting myself. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that, dude. I need to learn the art of live streaming if I'm going to be doing this more. And for everyone here who is nervous that this is going to take over doing regular videos, it's not. I'm going to have videos up tomorrow, man. I'm going to have videos up tomorrow. Intro guy is going to be here a lot more doing live streams with me, which will be fun. Miguel Flores, thank you for the super chat. Rich, build PCs of various price ranges and sell them with your markup. You could even sign them and have cucumber stickers. But it actually might be a good idea, man. I do have too many computers. But the problem is that I don't have the time to sit there and like just build computers to sell. So thank you, Miguel. Gyromite, you know what was funny is I used to play the crap out of Gyromite, but I never used Rob the Robot. Streamlabs OBS isn't that bad. I've used it before. But yeah, my vids aren't going anywhere, man. I mean, I still do more vids than I do live streams. In general, you know. Well, that game... So, see, it's so funny. My audience is so divided because there's some people that despise the live streams, and then there's people... It's almost like 50-50. And then there's people that absolutely love these live streams. They like them better than the videos. Symphony and I play through. That would be, that would be fun. That would be intense, though, because that's a big... If you go through the full game and don't just beat the first castle and go to the upside-down castle, which you should do, because you got to get the glasses to see the spell that's cast on, I believe, Richter Belmont. And you have to break the thing that has the spell on him, so that gets him out of the spell, and then you get to go to the upside down castle. That's like a 50-hour, 40-hour game. What lagged for you, Centraplex? But yeah, I used to Ghosts and Goblins used to freak me out a little bit too. But Ghosts and Goblins, even now as an adult, man, it's funny because I'm here. I'm thinking, you know, I died a bunch of times. I died a bunch of times in Castlevania last night, but I died a bunch of times as a kid too. But I never could beat Dracula. You know, it's not. I didn't watch. I wanted, honestly, I'll admit it. I wanted to watch a playthrough to see if I could find better ways to kill some of the harder bosses, but I never got to it. But I could never beat it as a kid. So here I'm thinking, everyone's saying, oh, your reflexes slow down a little bit as you get older. And I'm like, oh man, maybe I physically, especially now with the lag and the emulator, basically, maybe physically now I just can't do it. But I beat it, and I beat it in less, I think it took less times. Cause like I always remember telling you guys this story. We had to keep on the Nintendo or the NES. We used to just call it Nintendo back then. And me, my friend Tom and Mike, or my friend Tom, Mike, and I, proper English, we used to just try to beat it, and we all couldn't do it. All three of us couldn't do it. We were kids. And now I'm an old fucking fart, and I beat it. With a Sega Genesis controller that this is the one that comes with the Mini, and it's not that great. So it was just weird. It was very strange. I almost was like, man, I almost debated not streaming. Like, can I actually beat it? I mean, I knew I was going to die, but like, can I actually beat it? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do it, but I did it. Yeah, I was thinking that too. You get text to bring back the. I never had food reviews, did I? Unless I don't remember one. So it was kind of like a pleasant surprise. It kind of reinvigorated my faith in my gaming skills that I beat that last night. And from what people were telling me is I kind of beat Dracula and Death wrong. So that was kind of cool too. Like I kind of like did it my own way. Yeah, I don't feel old, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, if there was, like, I used to be able to beat Castlevania 3 in my sleep. It's funny because I used to watch my friend Mike's brother Chris beat it, and that's how I learned how to beat it, and that's how I learned to beat it with Grant the Nasty. Because he was the best guy to have to fight Dracula's all three of his forms. And, but I never beat one. So I'm thinking to myself, man, if I couldn't beat it young, how can I beat it now? I don't know if the Alienware... See, the specs aren't finalized in it. The Alienware UFO they had... Miguel, I was going to answer you this before. I think I started to, and I forgot. You could also do the... You could build the PCs during your live streams. You could also set up its text-to-speech to take care of the super chat. Interesting. Okay. That is actually a really good idea. I didn't win wrong, but like I know there were better ways to beat Death and beat Dracula's second form, even his first form. People were saying you should use this and that. And I've seen a long time ago someone beat Castlevania. I don't know, maybe I watched James and Mike Mondays or something like that. But I beat it. That's all that matters. And I did. I beat it now at 38 years old, when technically my reflexes are supposed to be. That's why I don't buy that. Like I said in my video about being an old gamer, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't feel my reflexes slowing down. I mean, maybe when I'm 50 or plus or something, but yeah, because you brought up a good point, Big Eyes. No text to speech because people sometimes say stupid shit to try to get you banned on YouTube or Twitch. Good point. I just thought of that. Would you stream a Metroid game? Metroid is not the most popular franchise to stream. Even Zero can't seem to make them do well. Maybe I just get lost and confused, even as a kid when I play Metroid. Maybe I'll stream like the Metroid Prime games when they come out to Switch. Who's saying hi from Athens? Nikos. Hello from Athens. Yeah, I feel I beat it fair and square. I used no cheats. I didn't use any save states. Boy, was it tempting when I kept on dying to death in Dracula. Well, actually, Dracula wasn't tempting because it doesn't matter. You just, as soon as you die at Dracula, it just puts you right back where you go up and fight him again. I forgot that it was like that. Like, I don't know if I would have beat it last night. I'll tell you that. If I like say, because in Castlevania 3, if you die at Dracula, you start all the way back at the beginning of the stage. You don't start right at the steps leading up to the battle with Dracula in Dracula's Curse. You start all the way at the beginning. All the way at the beginning of the not the beginning of the whole game, but the beginning of the final stage. So, all right, Metroid Zero mission. What was that on? I missed Andrew's super chat, did I? Oh. No, I'm not going to too many games. I got a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, Castlevania 3, the ending is no, but I learned from watching, I was able to beat that with Grant with my eyes closed because, like I said, my friend Mike's brother, Chris, beat it in front of me, and like he showed me how to do it, or he actually didn't show me how to do it. He was actually used to think I was a piece of shit because that's just how it was. He was older and I was younger. Yeah, like, I knew how to beat that, but if you died, you went all the way back to the beginning of the final stage. It's a GBA game. Ooh. Isn't there like a GBA that's FPGA now that you could hook up via HDMI to the TV? I actually, look again, I actually want that Alienware switch or Alienware UFO to happen. I do. Yeah, I do. But the only I was half burping, half choking at the same time. Streets of Rage would be fun. I'm gonna play that with Intro Guy though. I'm gonna play. Am I a grower or a mower? Oh yeah, Analog got the Pocket coming out. Ooh, I forgot about the Pocket. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. The Pocket's going to be good for streaming, too. Pocket's going to be really good. Yeah, I'm going to play some Streets of Rage 2 with Intro Guy. But when the Pocket does come out, I'll stream. I'll do some Metroid, man. I'll do some Metroid. My boobs are better than Gwyneth Paltrow's boobs. Thank Anna. She got some pretty nice boobs from what I've seen, though. Yeah, that would be Golden. Nah, I think I don't know if I could get Intro Guy to play Golden Axe. I know I get him to play Streets of Rage 2, partially because he remembers it. Turtles in Time is good. I don't know if he would play that though. Portrait of Ruin. That was a DS game, right? That was DS. But Streets of Rage is so... I remember... I know I'm losing my boobs. It's very sad. Moment of silence for my tits. But, I remember always going back to Carl. My Carl got the Super Nintendo. And I was obsessed with it. Like, it was such a difference from the NES. And it was even a step up. Will you stream a Zelda game? If I'm going to, I'm going to stream Breath of the Wild because it'll give me an excuse. Like, it'll be like, hey, I'm doing it for my job, but it'll be an excuse to, because I really want to play that. I played some of it back when the Switch first came out. I would like to really play it. But, Sean Grogan, thank you for the super chat. I would love to stream that, though, Breath of the Wild. Forgot what the fuck I was talking about. God damn it. So, yes, I would stream a Zelda game. Well, yeah, but Streets of Rage. So I was like, oh, man, this is so much better than the Genesis, the Super Nintendo, which kind of wasn't completely true, hindsight being 2020. But when you're a kid, new console, you know, look, factually, the Super Nintendo had a better color palette, a better sound chip inside of it because it actually used sampled sounds, blah, 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 blah. So, but then my friend Carl's mom, Debbie, bought me Streets of Rage because that came out around that time. And, man, we just played the shit because Streets of Rage was so fucking good. It's still good. Even the first one's still good. 3 is kind of... It's funny because the 3... They really tighten the gameplay in 3, but there's just something with 3 that doesn't click with me. I think it's part of the music, too. The music just kind of Music is So, yeah, Sean, maybe a Zelda game is what I'll do. I have an off-topic question. I know you made music, and so do I. Question is, I have a Roland synth that I want to make music with, but I don't have an actual PC, just an iPad Pro. How can I record and upload to YouTube? You could do a lot of... There's Beatmaker Pro on... There's Beatmaker Pro for the iPad. You have an iPad Pro, too, man. That's a beast. There is... Akai MPC sampling software. They have basically an MPC that you could just buy and use as an app in the iPad. Look up. Hold on, I'll look it up for you now. I'm actually going to buy this software myself, and you just reminded me to do it. Hold on. How I made... All right, here it is. Here it is.
What is good you got?
Watch this video. You just reminded me that I want to get this software. Thank you for reminding me, Sesbar. So this is a YouTube video, and it's a really robust piece of software, man. So if you want to just stick to your iPad, you could do it and make like high production value music with it. So there you go. And then you could upload it to YouTube just like, the iPad Pro is a very versatile device, man. So thank you for the super chat. You could use a Game Boy player on GameCube, use the homebrew. I could use emulation. What am I talking about? Just like I did with Castlevania last night. What's the difference? Instead of the official boot disk, you could set up a save game exploits or run homebrew. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pete, for the idea. I appreciate that. Yes, multi-ASMR. That is a good... I will figure out how to do that. Because I'm going to set this up slowly like a radio show. More is going to happen with that. So, boom. That's there. That is a good idea, multi-ASMR. Can I do ASMR? River City Ransom stream? Well, you could watch this video when it goes to VOD or video on demand, but what happened with it is they're basically saying that the Switch is too expensive, it doesn't have enough games, which the Alienware UFO is going to be more money. So and the Switch has plenty of games. Yeah, I know, 4K Breath of the Wild. What do people use, the Wii U version to do that? Wendy Williams made fun of Joaquin Phoenix. Why? I know I already have a Discord, but I got to figure out how to take calls and bring him in through here. I know I have a Discord. But I heard that, though, it looks gorgeous. You take the Wii U version, and it looks like 4K. It looks like a PlayStation 5 game or like a high-end PC game. I'm hoping they won't make it 1,000. I mean, if they make it 1,000, it better have some kind of even if it has an AMD APU, at that point I'll be pissed, I think. I want, if you're going to charge me $1,000, man, there better be something in there. Nikos, I have my birthday. Happy birthday, man. Well, GTA 6, that ain't coming out they ain't even talking about it, man. I would love to get DSP on this show. I would love to get DSP on. Would you guys watch a stream if I had DSP on here? Is that what the UFO fail is all about? Alienware says the Switch is too expensive. Do you even know how the market for the Switch is for? Yeah, I don't get what they were doing with that, Flucus. I don't get what they were even thinking with that. Obviously the Alienware UFO understandably should be more expensive. If it's too cheap, that means it's not going to be that capable. And I understand how you could go with the technicality that the PC, if you go by its entire library, has more games, but there's something to be said about console optimization. I would love to have DSP on here. I would love to have him on here, but I know he's probably gonna be like, dude, give me $2,000 to come on, and I won't do that. What emulator did I use to play Castlevania? Give me a second here. I used Mesen. MESEN. Thank you, Dania Branca, Damian Brianca. So, Sespar Thompson, thanks. I've noticed as a keyboardist without an actual PC, it's complicated. I use a Roland Phantom series. I don't know if they have kind of any MIDI support for the iPad Pro. Which gen iPad do you have, Cespar? Thank you for another super chat, man. MIDI would be interesting if they supported it. Maybe with the new update they do. But I would love to have DSP on here because I know he has interesting thoughts about me. Yeah, Messin, it's a great emulator. I noticed a little, but you know what? I bet you if I turned off VSync, I probably would have gotten rid of the lag, but I didn't want the screen tearing for the screen, so I just dealt with it. It wasn't like unbearable lag, but it did make parts of the game tougher, without a doubt. I don't know. You know, I know like things are still emerging. With the iPad Pro and what they're supporting with it. I wouldn't say it was the Xbox One X. If you were looking for a way to, if you're just a console gamer and you wanted the best third-party port, getting it on the X was the way to go. USB MIDI, if your old iPad had it, then okay, it should work. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, all right, the lag isn't unbearable, but it definitely was. I felt it when I played Castlevania last night, but it, I was like, I bet you I could turn off VSync, but they'll be screen tearing like crazy. All right, I would just check Cespar. I don't know. Or Casper Thompson, I don't know. Look up and see if it has MIDI support for the iPad Pro. It has USB-C. McClare, thank you. And if see if it supports MIDI, because obviously I'm sure your keyboard, the Roland, has MIDI in and out on it. Is it newer or older? I don't know the exact model. But yeah, like, I mean, like Red Dead Redemption 2 until it came out on PC, and some may argue it's still more stable on the X. You know, you were playing it in native 4K. No, seltzer water is not sweetened. The run-ahead feature in RetroArch. Technologic, what's good? Does the PlayStation controller work on Steam? I think with some games now it does. 10 for 10 on that Pelch. Thank you, Phage Libs. Oh, so it may just even have US. You might be able to go USB-C to USB, whatever it has, USB-B on the back of it maybe, or USB-A. I don't know. Whatever the hell is it. I forgot the acronyms. So yeah, check it out, man. That would be interesting. That would be crazy if you could control MIDI devices from the iPad Pro. Thank you, Phage Lives, for the super chat, by the way. I have never beat Mike Tyson. I think I used a code to get there, and he just fucking dominated me. But maybe I could beat him now. Who knows? I didn't think I thought my reflexes would be down and I couldn't beat Castlevania, but I beat it last night. The candle water controversy reminds me of Bell's bathwater. That is true. That is true. But again, you know, it's Gwyneth Paltrow, so I mean, look, the bathwater shit was ridiculous too, I thought. Maybe arguably slightly more ridiculous because look, that's just fucking like people were drinking it and like getting sick and shit. I mean, the candle, I guess you could say, look, everyone's going to know it's a joke, but it's $75 fucking dollars. $75 for a candle that supposedly smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. Juicy Botch coming through with the super chat. We got Christopher Matthews and Phage Lives. Thank you all, guys. I want to buy ReviewTechUSA. Not only that, Rich, you beat it with a Sega Genesis controller. And it, you know, if I ended up ever reviewing the Mini, one thing I'll say is that, I mean, they got the look of the original Genesis 3-button controller down, but it definitely feels cheaper than the original. I mean, it's not total garbage, but they could have made it a little bit more robust. Vagina scented candles, yes. I also realized too I could have used one of the PlayStation Classic controllers, or what else? What else could I have used? Trying to think. I had another good controller. I also have some 8-bit-do controllers, but I'm like, all right, shit, I got this. I'm using it. I haven't listened to Eminem. I listened to some of Eminem's new album, and it's all right. It's all right. It's not a fail, but their Nintendo Switch, the way they were saying, oh, the Switch is expensive, it doesn't have enough games, their tweet. Yeah, it's kind of ironic. I beat a Nintendo game with a Genesis controller. But imagine you put the candle on top of wood. That would be a magical candle, magical vagina scented candle dump. You know, I think Eminem has just, I mean, like, he's reached levels of success that anyone could only dream of reaching. And he's just probably like, all right, man, he's probably just more so doing it for like his, like, all right. I mean, his kids are older now, I believe. So, like, what else has he got to do? You know what I mean? Obviously, he loves it. Obviously, he loves what he does, but there was a couple tracks, I don't know him by name, that sounded okay. I mean, the dude's definitely talented. He's still talented. But I'm sure that, you know, he did his thing, man. He accomplished more than people in 10 lifetimes can accomplish. And the thing that's great about Eminem is he accomplished it. You know, he was down and out and ready to throw in the fucking towel. He wasn't young, super young when he first did his first. I think he was 25 when the Slim Shady LP came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't a young dude. And so you got this guy who, you know, to be on the front, I mean, production's different, but being on the front lines to be a rapper was, I mean, 25 is like old. You know what I mean? And he did it. Oh, he did a song with Young M.A. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Jessico, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So, you know, he kind of did things that were unbelievable, man. And I mean, as much as I don't like his current style of music, I know he's definitely a talented rapper. Yeah, he was in his mid-20s, too. And being in your mid-20s, wanting to be the front man as a rapper, you know, being on stage, that's like, you know, the equivalent of being 60 and getting your first job. I will email DSP. I know he won't come on. I know. And the thing about it is that I wouldn't like attack him. You know, I would just ask him questions about his situation. I would ask him questions about his career. You know, I would ask him about allegations against him, and he can answer. He could, you know, put the word out there. You know what I mean? Should you upgrade it to... See, I could have swore that graphics cards, the newest ones, had HDMI 2.1, but I guess I was wrong. Until he freaks out because you reply, well, the album, 1 to 10, 7 point. I got to listen to it more. I liked Eminem's old shit because he got more of a hip hop. I mean, look, man, I get that you have to change and evolve, and the music industry changes, and it's not the same as it was when he started back in. I mean, think about it. When Eminem first came on the scene, mainstream anyway, I know he was doing stuff over in Detroit beforehand, and he had the EP, the Infinite album. But you got to think about it. I was in high school. I was in fucking high school when dude started. I was in high school. I was just graduating. I was in my senior year when the Slim Shady LP came out. And now I'm 38. So it's pretty fucking crazy. He's hit over half of my life. He's had a huge career. You know what I mean? I'll see if he'll come on. I'll message him. I'll see if he'll come on. I will see. What are your thoughts on alcoholic seltzer? I think it's pointless. I'm not into alcohol at all anymore. And will the podcast turn into a regular video after the stream? Yes. What I'll do is, from now on, because it brings in a different audience too. There's an audience that wants to come ask me questions and an audience that just wants the subjects. This is also not going to affect videos, by the way. Tomorrow I'm going to be recording and putting up normal plain Jane videos. But yeah, what I'm going to do is normally, and I should have probably done it today, is after I'm done talking about the topic, stop it, start another stream up. No, I'll message DSP. I'll message DSP. I didn't see the Quarterings interview with him. I didn't watch it. I didn't even come up in my feed. I don't get it. I mean, I'm subscribed to the Quartering. I don't get why I don't get. I like Mac Miller. Yes, I've listened to plenty of Mac Miller. Because Gwyneth Paltrow is a good-looking woman. You can't take that away from her. When did Pat the NES Punk throw a jab at me? I keep on hearing about like he did something else with the Atari VCS now or something like that. Did I miss something? Yes, I think weed should be legal. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Not even a question. I don't hate Gwyneth Paltrow. I just think that she's selling snake oil and people are buying it in droves, man. Love West Side Gun. Yes, I think she's good looking. Oh, that's always a tough question, and I get a lot. Rich, what's the best hip-hop album of all time? Well, I love The Blueprint by Jay-Z. Oh, my God, man, there's so many. College Dropout by Kanye West is up there, which kills me. Yeah, I listened to some Currency. Then you got The Infamous by Mobb Deep. And I know there's so many. There's so many. But what happened with, because someone else brought up something where I said the Atari VCS and I said something and Pat the NES Punk used it. I'm like, I guess it must be that he agrees with me because I can't see Pat having a different take than me on that. Bottle my burps and sell them. Yes, I've heard of Rhapsody. The Infamous by Mobb Deep is the correct answer. Nazil, you know what's funny is that I like Nazilmatic a lot. I guess that would be on my list too. The first album I ever listened to from Nas was It Was Written, though. Illmatic, I did, which which came out when I was a freshman in high school. I didn't end up listening to Illmatic until I was a senior in high school. Everyone's like, oh, if you like Nas, you'd never listen to Illmatic? I'm like, oh, no, I didn't never listen to Illmatic. And then my friend gave me a copy of it. But what everyone said, he talked about my take on Atari VCS. Yeah, Pat thinks the same for the VCS. That's what I thought. Like, I don't think he would have a different, like, my opinion on the VCS. I know Pat well enough to know that his opinion on it would be very similar to mine. That's why everyone's like, oh, did you hear he brought you up? I'm like, well, if he brought me up, it had to be that he agreed with me. Underground is where it's at, Kevin. Absolutely. Rap is still very much alive. If you, even back in the day, if you went by what's on the radio, you had no idea what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, rap is still alive. It's just, I mean, and that's one of the things that was so tragic about, I can't even think of him right now. Someone just mentioned him here. What's his name passing away from, I think it was, he took some Xanax that was cut with fentanyl, is that he really was about authentic hip hop, like boom bap shit. And here's this young guy who's 20, like in his 20s, who should easily be trying to do all the same trap bullshit that everyone else is doing. And him and J. Cole were bringing that back, and now he's gone. Not J. Cole, but Mac Miller. I don't know why every time I want to talk about him on stream, I can remember his name. Every time I get off stream, I can remember his name like that. I get on stream and I can't remember Mac Miller. But no, Mac Miller also had, I believe it was opiates. He got some, black market opiates that were laced with fucking fentanyl. And it ended up killing him. What a shame. Because I'm like, man, this guy, Mac Miller is the fucking truth, man. It's people like him. I mean, he worked with Static Selecta. He worked with Sean Price. Rest in peace, Sean Price, too. Another one that's gone too soon. And I'm like, man, this dude is bringing, like, hip-hop to pop again. I was all excited for Mac Miller. Like, maybe him and, like, Young M.A. and all of them are going to, like, make... I mean, Young M.A. started getting into that trap shit a little bit too, and I'm like, really? You're not. This is not what you're about, Young M.A., but whatever. I guess you got to make dollars too. I understand. But I'm like, I'm loving this resurgence that we're seeing of, like, boom bap getting, like, pop attention. And now Mac Miller's gone. Mac Miller is not trash. Sean Price is another one, man. Fucking dope MC. Nipsey Hussle was another one that's gone too soon. Mac Miller wasn't as strong at freestyles, but that's fine. And didn't everyone there, Peep, Lil Peep, Mac Miller, Nipsey, I know, got shot, Juice WRLD, but everyone besides Nipsey, didn't they all die from opiate overdoses, as far as I know? That's crazy, man. Think about that. Yeah, he died a year ago. He passed away a year ago, and his dealer is in a world of shit now. He's going to be in jail for like a quarter century because they said the dealer he got it from, I guess Mac was friends with him. And after Mac died, he's like, oh shit. He texted someone, I'm going to jail for a long time. Because when you get opiates like Xanax or whatever that are from the, like, underground or black market, they cut them with shit like fentanyl and other stuff that could fucking kill you. I mean, Xanax itself, it's pretty tough to overdose straight up on Xanax, even if you take a lot of it. I mean, if you mix it with alcohol and stuff, you could. But the seizure I heard was from him taking opiates. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, straight up, man. Stick the weed. Stick the weed from dispensaries, man. Can't kill you. I mean, if weed's laced with something else, that could be a problem. But yeah, but they cut whatever. I think it may have been Xanax that he had or whatever. It doesn't matter. It was an opiate they cut with fentanyl. And now he's gone. That's why if you're gonna like. But that's the thing, is that you can't get them from doctors. If you're addicted and you're popping like Xanax, like candy, you know, your doctor's going to be like, I ain't giving you any more. Nope, you're cut off. Your script is filled, homie. That's it. Thankfully, DJ Shadow is still alive. DJ Shadow. Why am I not? Why? Oh, yeah, DJ Shadow. Why is my brain not clicking with that right now? I got to look him up. Oh, yeah. I know who DJ Shadow is. Never mind. Yeah, he's almost pushing 50, too. 50 as well, I should say. Thank you for the super chat, Ian Jones. But, yeah, that's the problem, is that you can't go to... It's not that it's a problem. Your doctor doesn't want you to abuse them, so it's technically not a problem. But... You know, when people start abusing opiates, you know, and they go past their prescription and start taking them like every 2 hours, like they're candy, then they go to other means. And then you start going to get black market pills like Xanax or Alaprazam, I think it's called, or whatever the hell the generic name of it is. And those people are dealers looking to make more profit on the pills, so they cut them with other shits, like anything else. Like there's people that piss in bags of weed, so the weed weighs more, so they could sell it for more, and the piss weighs it down. I thought that was bullshit, and they're like, no, people actually do that. I remember Supreme Clientele came out my freshman year of college. Supreme Clientele was that shit, man. Ooh, that was so good. By Ghostface. Still remember that artwork, man. Bought the CD of that. I actually had at that time, I had a 2000 Jetta with a VR6 in it. I just bought it. For some reason, I thought that thing was like a fucking Porsche. Justin Strack coming through with the membership. King Fresh, thank you for the super chat. And I remember bumping that in my Jetta. Ghost is still fucking good. He's still good. He had that beef with Action Bronson. Everyone remember that beef? Yeah, he was pissed at Action Bronson. Which kind of, I mean, I love Action Bronson, but rightfully so, because he basically was like, Action Bronson was like, he ain't rap. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm better. Like, I may sound like Ghost, but I'm better than him. And I'm like, I don't know about that, Action. I mean, you're pretty good, but I don't know if you're better than Ghostface Killer. So thank you, King Fresh. Well, if you really think about it, it was the Wu-Tang. I mean, I could be off, but this is how I remember it. Was what RZA's production really brought in like that heavy, dirty boom bap. Thank you, Brian. Yes, I feel a hell of a lot better too. Atmosphere. Fuck, I forgot about Atmosphere. He's good too. Dude, the VR6 Jetta, man, it was pretty quick. And it was good in the snow, and I had like the best sound system in that thing too. But yeah, I like TJ the Amazing Atheist. No, I'm not a close. You can't be a close. Like, I hate when everyone says, "Oh, the best music came out in," you know, like Nas said it. This is for people that are trapped in the 90s. He said another word I can't use because if I use it, then I'll get ripped a new one. But these are for people are, man, they're trapped in the fucking 90s. Like they don't like it. Oh, music, even pop music was better back then. I'm like, no, it wasn't. There was garbage on the radio, just like there's garbage now. Damn, I got 184 members. 184 members. And he had the heavily compressed hard drums. Like, I really think it was Wu-Tang and RZA's style of production that brought boom bap into popularity. Like, no one was, like, everything before, like, Wu-Tang was like, my name is Bubble Bubble, and I'm here to say a dip 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 every day. And it was like that, like, kind of like bouncy, like Will Smith kind of shit. And then here's Wu-Tang that comes in with, like, that dark, heavy, like, the drums are smacking you in your fucking face as you're driving in your car. It's like, oh, what is this dark, heavy shit? But there was trash in the 90s too, though. That, like, you have to remember, we all do this. It's human nature. Even if you're younger than me, it's human nature. You think back to a different time. Like, say you're 20 now and you think back to 2010. You were 10 in 2010. And you think back to things like, you're like, oh man, times were so much better back in 2010. But really, it's you thinking with nostalgia and looking at things through happy childhood memories, or when you were younger. Yeah, man, Vanilla Ice was garbage. So was Can't Touch This. I can't think of it. MC Hammer. Like, come on, you can't tell me the corniness wasn't there. The corniness was always there, man. The corniness has always been around. So to say that music is bad now, it's always had that terrible, corny ass, like, I never was into Bone Thugs. I remember people tried to get me into Bone Thugs. I'm like, I just couldn't fuck with them. I couldn't. Kevin Garcia, you were 10 in 2010. Now you're a grown-ass man. You're 1 year away from being able to buy alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that, like, people don't remember. Like, even if you're younger, fuck you, Rich. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want, and what I want in the 90s. That Miguel, I know you're perfect troll. Spice Girls, they were awful. Granted, I thought they were all hot. And who was the blonde one? I always wanted to, like, motorboat her. She had huge boobs too. Who was the blonde? Baby Spice, I think her name was. Not Baby. The blonde, who was the blonde Spice Girl? She had huge boobs and was really hot. DJ Premier, but DJ Premier before Wu-Tang, though, he had that different kind of, like, he wasn't doing the heavy boom bap shit. Then after Wu-Tang came out, then he did, like, Moment of Truth and shit like that, where it was much heavier sound. But before that, he was doing, like, he wasn't doing that. If you listen to older my Gangstar, it was like boom 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 boom, like it was like that quicker, happier sounding shit. So he also became more boom bap after Wu-Tang came out. Kylo Ren and Stimpy, I love your name, by the way. And Miguel, so there you go. Spice Girls. Who was the Spice Girl? Baby Spice. Yeah, the blonde one was so hot. I mean, they were all good looking in their own way, but she was so hot. I bet she's like 55 now, but I remember, like, man, she's so good looking. Yeah, Clue was kind of annoying, though. Clue was kind of annoying. Like, Clue! Illuminati! Like, shut the fuck up and let the song play, dude. I get mixtape, blah, 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 blah. That's how it was in the 90s, but... Did you hear Foxy Brown had beef with DJ Envy? Because he didn't even say anything bad, and she, like, ripped into him. Probably because she realizes that she's irrelevant, and she's mad that everyone realizes that. He didn't even say anything bad. He's just like, she was really... All DJ Envy said is that, Foxy Brown in the late 90s was really popping off, and then she just kind of disappeared. That's all he said. Is that offensive? And then she, like, went off on him, like, calling him, like, a dick rider and all this shit. Like, not that I'm a diehard fan of DJ Envy. I mean, I don't dislike the guy. I mean, but whatever, he's fine. I'm not, like, a fan of DJ Envy either. I'm whatever about him. But I'm like, why are you hating on him and calling him, like, a piece of shit because he just said you just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, which she did. Any other genres you like, Rich, other than hip-hop? Classical music, video game soundtracks. Oh, I used to listen to Megadeth back in the day, and I like after Metallica's Black album, they kind of lost me, but yeah, I love classical music, man, without a doubt. Love classical music, nobody. Drake was good for a while too, but then he also went on the trap shit and like, I don't know. I mean, hey, I get it, man. It's where the money is. Wendy Williams I don't know. She just needs to shut. Like, she has no room to talk about a lot of different things. I didn't hear what she said about Joaquin Phoenix, but I know that recently, like it was like 6 months ago, Howard Stern ripped her a new one because her out of all fucking people was saying that Howard Stern was too Hollywood. Fine, you can feel the way you want to, but coming out of her, that's like me still being 420 pounds and saying that someone else is too fat. Like, really, Wendy? He went off at her, man. He called her every name in the fucking book, too. That's where I want to get in my career, where I could still have sponsors and rip someone a new one like Howard Stern did. That's my aspiration. But Rich, back then, the corny stuff was easier to avoid since there was more kick-ass stuff. But there's plenty of kick-ass stuff now, too, man. You just got to look for it. It's still being made right now, but the corny stuff was all over the radios just back. It's the same way it is now. You know what? If anything, now you have more access to the kick-ass stuff because everything's a mouse click away or a phone tap away. I grew up with it, man. I remember listening to the radio. There was the New Kids on the Block. Could you get any cornier than the New Kids on the Block? My cousins were obsessed with New Kids on the Block, and I'm like, this is horrible music. I hate this. Like, how do you enjoy this? There's always been that corny pop shit, man. So thank you, Ian Jones, for the super chat. It's always been there. Premier's got more beats than Barnes got. Hey, because, yeah, dude, he's been doing it for what now? Over 30 years? Way over 30 years? Young M.A. isn't trash, but she's trying to go on that trap shit too, and like that's not her strength. Her strength is making that New York shit, and she's not doing it because she's going where the money is, which is understandable. I get it, man. Make that cash, but you also got to remember where your strengths are too, because that'll keep you making the cash. You may not make as much as quickly, but you'll keep making it because people want to listen to you longer when you go where your strengths are. Man, I gotta piss. Kylo Ren and Stimpy, Premier. So yeah, but Premier is one of my favorite producers. Gamester 83158. Hi Baldy, how are you? Thank you. My favorite era, I don't know, because it's funny. I listened to Howard 101. Like I kind of like he's just as vile now, which I love, but he's more balanced. Back in the day, like I kind of listened to him, he tried almost like too hard to offend people to get people to listen. Now that he's comfortable and he is the king sitting on his throne, like I feel like everything's more natural with him. Like I think he's really, even though I'm sure he's going to retire like in a couple of years, he's really in his stride right now. Tupac really into Wendy Williams' ass. Why he hit off Wendy Williams? Did he? Kylo Ren and Stimpy. Zero to 100 real quick there, Rich. I'm not sure what happened. What did I do? What did I do? Man, I don't feel like I've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm still good to go. So I'll be right back in a second, man. I gotta pee. I got a penis full of pee. I'll be right back. Oh. Oh, Benny the Butcher and Conway are amazing. They're another ones that are bringing back real hip hop in 2020 and 2019. I mean, I first found Conway in 2016 with his song Birdie that was produced by Static Selecta. And I'm like, who is this monster? We only got like 4 inches or something like that. Yes, I did wash my hands. So, Pissy Spice. Yeah, so I remember I don't even know how that came up in my feed. And I'm like, who is Conway? What is Birdie? And I listened, like it blew my mind. I'm like, oh shit, man. They sent out troops to Newfoundland and Labrador to help people with the snow, with more to come. It's that bad there? I'm a fan of Ninth Wonder. He gets a little too chop happy for me, though. You know what I mean? He's a talented guy, and he could flip a sample like no other. Yeah, Conway's bars are fucking brutal, man. I love his shit. But the only thing I say about Ninth Wonder is that he chops almost too much, where it just kind of almost just sounds like the record's just skipping all over. He doesn't do that often, but there's sometimes I'm like, dude, you went a little too chop happy. Went a little too chop happy. Now I need some. Problem is when you talk so much, you need so much liquid so your throat doesn't dry out. Did I miss a super chat? I think I did. Did I miss? Sing us the woodchuck song, please. What is the woodchuck song? How much wood would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Samus, I'm ahead. I need to do some research. All right, man. Have a good one if you're serious. Yeah, Ninth Wonder is still alive. He's still doing his thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. He is a dope producer. But he chops sometimes too much where I think it just kind of like ruins the flow of the beat. But then again, he's making a living as a producer, and I'm not yet. So, there's that. So, he wins by default. What happened in Newfoundland? There's been that much snow there? That's fucking crazy. That's insane. Yeah, go get some sleep, man. If it's 2:13 in the morning, man, go get some sleep. That's crazy. When I think of the 90s, I say, oh, baby, you got what I need. See, 90s music, there was always the corniness, Miguel. Always the corniness. So that's what people have to, like, what happens is with every generation, when you grow up, you feel that's the best generation because that's when you were having the best times. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe if I was 10 in 2010, I would think, oh, 2010 was the good old days, man, when things were simpler and I was just, starting to play Minecraft and, Oh, dude, I'm an old fart. I sleep. Where is the Streamlabs link? Until I get it properly set up, I'm not having the Streamlabs link yet. I'm going to, by February, I'm going to have this stream a lot more organized. But thank you for the super chat. Do you like any modern music that is recently released? What genres? What bands? Artists? Huge fan of Radiohead, actually. I mean, they're not new, but they're still around. Like I said, too, I like Young M.A. I like what Conway, Benny the Butcher, West Side Gun, all of Griselda's coming out with, which they're signed to Shady now, which is crazy. Eminem has good taste, man. You may not like his music now because his styles change, which I agree, I relate, but dude knows how to pick them. So I'm a big Radiohead. The only thing though is that now they're getting very experimental. I love them during like, I got to look up Radiohead albums now because I'm not going to remember off the top of my head. Radiohead album list. Radiohead discography. Here we go. Pablo Honey was good, but Pablo Honey was their ultra radio friendly album. Like Creep was good, and there was a whole bunch of other tracks in there that were good too. The Benz is a great album. The Benz is phenomenal. OK Computer, of course, is a classic. Kid A. I remember I was working at Circuit City Express, and Kid A, they actually had it there, and I bought it there. Great album too. Optimistic is great on that. Amnesiac came out. I remember I was going to take acting classes at UCLA, and I picked up Amnesiac before I went out there and listened to that on the plane. Hail to the Thief was okay. They kind of lost me after Amnesiac. Hail to the Thief and Rainbow. I might be wrong. The live recordings is good too. But they're like one of my favorite artists of all time, and they're rock. You know what I'm saying? They're rock. The Dirty Taco. Actually, I would say it's a blessing, man. My music taste is so low. There is not a lot of it I hate. It's either a blessing or a curse. I would say it's a blessing because it means you could tolerate. I can't stand. Here's a music I can't stand. It's very hard for me to say I can't stand. I can't stand jam bands like Fish and shit. I'm probably going to lose like 2,000 subscribers at least for saying that because there's some people that are Fish diehards, but I can't stand Fish. Look, if you like them, more power to you. Like one of my closest friends is all about Fish. I love Bjork too. I love Bjork's music. I love the duet she did with Tom York. I've Seen It All, I believe is the name of it. Then she had Hoga. And there's other stuff by Bjork I like too. She's brilliant. Maybe a little weird, but so am I. But that duet she did with Tom York is a classic, man. Oh, I love all of D Block. I love all of the locks, I mean to say. No, the band Fish. My friend Nick is obsessed. He actually came here to hang out one night with and we were watching them, and I can't take Fish. I can't take Fish. Oh, I watched a video on the Stalker, and I had the unfortunate privilege of seeing him actually take his own life, and it was one of the most horrific things I ever saw. Like, even though you didn't really see that much, what you saw and heard was enough. Like, I don't even want to think of it because it'll like just stay in my head. Oh my God, the guy was weird too. You guys know what happened with Bjork Stalker, right? Well, if you don't, Ricardo Lopez, he had an issue. He became obsessed with her because he thought she was typical stalker stuff. For some reason, when someone's mentally ill, she's innocent and pure and blah 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 blah. And she had a black boyfriend, and he lost his fucking mind over that. But when it would have been another excuse. When you're that psychotic, it's if she just whatever, she dated a guy with red hair or whatever, that would have pissed him off. Didn't matter race, didn't matter what the guy looked like. It was just he was obsessed. So what he was going to do was mail out a package that looked like it was from a record label. And if she opened the package, first he was going to try to do HIV infected blood. So she would get contaminated with it and contract AIDS, which it's funny how AIDS now, because of the medications that are out there, is no longer a death sentence. But back in the mid-90s, it was still. I mean, it's still something you don't want to catch, and it's still very serious. But, you know, Magic Johnson has had HIV since, before 1991, and he's still alive and well. Times have changed. But anyway, then he wanted to do something where he would disfigure her but keep her alive. So he was going to make a bomb that would go off that would shoot sulfuric acid on Bjork. So what happened was he actually got the package out. He made a deal with himself. He's like, look, if someone tries to take this package when I go to the post office, I'm going to end up killing myself right there, or killing whoever, if the cops go up to me. But he actually got the package mailed out. Now, after the package was mailed out, his job was done. His thing, Ricardo Lopez said, if the fear of living is worse than the fear of dying, then you're screwed. So, he got the package mailed out, supposedly going to Bjork's home. He shaved his head, put makeup on himself, so it would be easier, because if he looked in the mirror, it didn't look like him, so he could off himself. And he put a revolver in his mouth. I believe it was a revolver, and shot himself. And unfortunately, I saw it because there was some YouTuber named Horror Stories that had it up. And the bullet actually didn't go through, but he put it in his mouth. And you actually see the back of his head like pop up like this. Like you saw the thing pop up like a bump. And then he just like lets out this blood-curdling like groan and gargle. And then you actually hear, it sounded like pouring water. You actually hear the blood pouring out of the guy after he shot himself. You don't see it, but you hear it. It almost makes it worse. It's the worst fucking thing I ever saw. It's the worst. I can't believe it's still on YouTube. It's the worst fucking thing I ever saw in my life. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, mental illness is real. It is not fake. It is not something that's made up. Ricardo Lopez is the poster child of it. I think Bjork Stalker's still alive. He just goes by the name Joey's World Tour now. Yeah, on a lighter note, thank you for that, Ian Jones. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a video I wish I didn't see. You don't want to, please don't, it's fucking disturbing. You don't want to watch it. My description was more than enough. It must have been like something small, like for it to not actually go through his head, but just to hear that sound he made, and then you hear like, oh, and the blood pours out. Holy shit. You don't see it. You hear the blood pouring out. Saddam Hussein's hanging is still, I don't want to see that. I didn't want to see Ricardo Lopez shoot himself. I didn't realize it was actually going to be in it. Yeah, that was, but. And the funniest thing is he talked about, but when he was making the bomb to shoot the sulfuric acid battery, he's like, you know what? I barely even think about Bjork right now. I'm not obsessed with her anymore. I mean, I know I have a bomb right here, but I'm not obsessed with her. I'm like, dude, what? You're designing a bomb to try to disfigure the woman, and you're saying that you're not obsessed with her? Okay. But that's mental illness, man. Mental illness not only is important to help the person. If people ignore people with mental illness, other people can get hurt. Here's a perfect example. No, I didn't. Best chorus like Disney. I don't know about all that. No, I have not listened to Everywhere at the End of the Time. I have not listened to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's happening? I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm going to cut off the stream now. Probably should, like I said, I should have separated the stream and didn't ask me anything afterwards. Thank you all for coming through. You're awesome. Thank you to the new members. I'm almost at, what am I at for members right now? I'm at 184 members, which is a big deal because that's the kind of stuff that helps the channel. Thank you all for coming through who watched. Thank you all for stayed and chatted, whether it be the regular chat or super chat. I'm loving the support on these streams. It's growing every time I do this, and this was a test. I'm going to have more structure and more topics later on. I'll probably do like 5 topics when I do this. I'll do a live stream like this. I'll have more Ask Me Anything live streams during the week, but I'll probably do one podcast-esque live stream once a week, and have like 5+ topics so there's more content there. So great talking to you all, and have a great night. And tomorrow I'll have regular videos up, and I'll be live streaming again tomorrow evening. Have a good one, guys.